Three, two, one, plastic.
Plastic.
Now I'm here with Mr. Matthew Ricord, head of the Berlin Improv team. Mr. Ricord, thank you so much for your time.
Yeah, I'm happy to share our story and the team's progress throughout the years.
All right, great. What is your favorite thing about being head of the improv team?
Improv to me is just a lot of fun. It's something that's really a creative outlet. Just the best part was seeing the students try new things and just not be afraid to take chances. And improv is a perfect vehicle for that to happen.
So what are some exercises that you would run with the team typically during a practice?
One thing we definitely always try to do is, it's a thing called group mind. We try to get all 7 of our members feeling and thinking the same thing at the same time, which is a really tricky thing. So one thing we do is called mind meld, and it's basically just 2 people next to each other have to try to come up with the same word at the same time. A lot of hilarity ensues, because a lot of times it doesn't work that way, and it's one of our warm-up games.
What would you say is your favorite part as like a new member of being on the Berlin Improv team?
I would say both being able to make a ton of new friends. I'm a lot close with a lot of the people in here than I would be if I didn't do improv, and also being able to improve my skills in improv.
So what I understand is that there are 2 types of improv that we practice. So there's short-term improv and there's long-term improv. And for long-term improv, the students actually have to make their own film based on a title that you give them. Can you give a little more insight about that?
Sure. So that's one of the options. We actually just started practicing that, our most recent practice. The idea of a movie long-form improv is you give them a title, and usually the audience will give some extra word or something. And they have to come up with scenes and characters and apex and climax and then a fallback, solution in the movie. And all of that happens in about 15 to 20 minutes. Here's this one idea, run with it.
So you guys are captains. So what would you say personally to students that are thinking about auditioning for the team but are still kind of iffy about it?
So I auditioned my freshman year. This is an audition-based group, so it is a pretty selective process, but it's also a really amazing group. We put together a lot of super awesome stuff, and everyone here is super passionate and talented. If you think that this is something you're even vaguely interested in, you should come try out, because you never know, you might be incredible at this and you just never knew it.
I auditioned my sophomore year and I was pretty nervous because, you have to make it up, but the things that I've learned through this are insane. It's gonna help me a lot, like having to do speeches and stuff like that once I get into college. Even though I'm not gonna be here next year, I know that Lucy's gonna do a great job running this team, and the whole team is so sweet, and it's just such a fun process, and it's great to join.
Well, isn't that the sweetest thing that you could have said?
It's difficult. It definitely takes a lot of practice and a lot of structure, sort of on the skeleton side of it. But it's a really cool thing when it comes together.
Thank you so much for your time, Mr. Ricord. I really appreciate the insight.